正解。
Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 159. The incident happened. Huai Sheng opened the door, and once one entered, there was a strong alcohol scent that wafted over. Even though Shen Miao had a mask on, she could not help but frown. Seeing Shen Miao frown, Huai Sheng seemed to blush with shame. He ran to the other side to take a oil lamp and lit it up. The flame was ignited and swayed around, making everything in the room slightly lighten up. One then saw that there was a middle-aged man lying on the bed. This male was very thin, and his complexion was of a glazed yellow in color as he snored in his sleep. Huai Sheng looked at the two people in front uneasily. The female said, "Wake him up." Huai Sheng nodded his head and walked over to the man's side and gently shook the man's arms as he said softly, "Father, father, someone has come." Initially there was no response from that man at first. Afterwards he seemed to be annoyed by Huai Sheng's shaking and unconsciously slapped before yelling, "It's in the middle of the night. What are you crying about?" On instincts, Huai Sheng closed his eyes, but the slap did not came down. He carefully opened his eyes and saw his father's fearful gaze and followed the direction. That beautiful male who had been looking on coldly and indifferently had reached in front of him at some point, and the slender long hand was holding onto the man's throat. Immortal, immortal. Huai Sheng got anxious. He was scared and worried, but at the end he still resisted his fear and said, "My father did not deliberately offend you. I beg of you to spare his life." Shen Miao swept a glance at that male who was so scared that there was no more traces of sleepiness before quietly saying, "Let go of him." Zi Jingxing only then released his hand. Huang Shen was somewhat afraid. His father knelt on the floor, and as he stared at the two people in front, his body trembled uncontrollably. He most probably felt that the dangerous air that the other person had, especially the seeming beautiful male. Shen Miao said, "You are Tian Li?" Tian Li nodded his head. "This lowly one is." Shen Miao swept a look at Tian Li. From the rumors, at the beginning in Liu Province, Tian Li was also a handsome and suave scholar. He was talented and thus was able to win Chang Zai King's heart and marry her. It was only afterwards, when he had failed in repeated examinations, that gradually self-deprecation grew and he started to drink and gamble. Chang Zai King hated this kind of lifestyle, thus she ran away. Seeing Tian Li's current appearance, she could slightly understand why Chang Zai King left. There was not even a little grace that Tian Li once had left now, and the man in front was obviously a disappointment and in dire straits. "Is Chang Zai King your wife?" Shen Miao asked. Hearing that, Tian Li's entire body trembled as he raised his head to look at Shen Miao. Even though he had tried his best to cover up, Shen Miao could see the anger and humiliation in his eyes. "Do not worry. I am not Chang Zai King's friend. It is all right to speak your mind," Shen Miao said. Tian Li looked at Shen Miao seriously and seemingly trying to confirm if what Shen Miao said was true or not. Shen Miao looked at him openly and broad-leveled. After half a moment, Tian Li spat and said, "That slut of a wife ran away with my money." Shameless. Huai Sheng shuddered for a moment and his gaze was somewhat laden with grief. Shen Miao's gaze fell onto Huai Sheng and she said, "Huai Sheng, go to the courtyard. I have some things to discuss with your father." Huai Sheng looked at Shen Miao and then looked at Tian Li, but he did not say anything before he quietly walked out with the blanket. After Huai Sheng left, Shen Miao then let Tian Li elaborate of the ins and outs. It was similar to what was found out by the people that Shen Miao sent. Chang Zai King's husband was Tian Li. In the beginning, when Tian Li and Chang Zai King gotten married, it was an anecdote that spread far and wide. Chang Zai King was a talented female in Liu Province and Tian Li was also a talented scholar. Tian Li's family also had several shophouses. Even though they were not considered as a wealthy family, they could be considered as a slightly rich family. It was just that later on, others picked a fight with the Tian family business and the shophouses were mortgaged. The husband and wife of the Tian family was unable to withstand the blow and passed on, and thus Tian Li was affected by it and failed to pass the examinations that year, and subsequently every year was worse than the previous. At that time Chang Zai King was already pregnant and gave birth to Huai Sheng. Thus there were more areas that required money. As the saying went, Poverty couches a marriage, and both of them kept on quarreling. Tian Li fell in love with alcohol and gambling, and Chang Zai-King despised these kind of days as it was not how she wanted to live. Thus on one fine day, she sold the last remaining land deed and took the money to run away. Tian Li and also send people to search but was unable to find Chang Zai-King's whereabouts. It was likely that Tian Li did not know that Chang Hu and Old Shen general had some relations, thus he did not know that Chang Zai-King came to Ding capital. When Tian Li was speaking of Chang Zai-King, he was still clenching his teeth. That poisonous woman took the land deed that was supposed to be left for Huaisheng to marry when he grows up. She actually took that and sold it. She does not even have Huaisheng in her heart. She is a slut. Shen Miao sighed as Zi Jingxing folded his arms and stood at the other side, looking outside the window, as if he was not interested in Tian Li's words in the room. However, even if he just casually stood there, no one could ignore the chilling atmosphere. At the end, Tian Li asked, "Someone brought both of us here and said that we can see that woman." "Young lady, are the people that brought us over to Ding capital, is you?" Tian Li could see that the two individuals had an unusual identity, especially that male. How would normal people able help to have the guts to budge into a commoner's residence in the middle of the night? Such an arrogance like this was not what a normal person had. "It is me," Shen Miao said. "I know where Chang Zai-King is at." Tian Li was stunned, and when he spoke again, his voice shook as he asked, "Where is she?" Shen Miao frowned slightly. In Tian Li's voice, other than anger, there was a trace of longing. Perhaps it was because he had been husband and wife with Chang Zai-King for a number of years, or perhaps it was because Chang Zai-King was in the end Huaisheng's mother. One feared that this Tian Li was not as good as he said and was soft-hearted towards Chang Zai-King. This was not what Shen Miao wanted to see. She said, "Chang Zai-King is currently in the former Shen residence of the formidable great general and has become the concubine of the Shen residence's third master, Shen Wan. Currently she is pregnant and Shen Wan treats her very well. She has all of Shen Wan's favor, and one thinks that soon she would be able to give birth to Shen Wan's son. There are no other heirs in Shen Wan's residence, thus once the child is born, perhaps Chang Zai-King could be raised to the official position. Even if she was not raised, that child would be brought up with brocade and jaded food for its entire life." Tian Li's expression changed. First it was being angry due to the green hat he was wearing, aka being cuckolded. Then it was humiliation, and it became complicated. That little trace of softening of his heart disappeared after hearing Shen Miao's remarks. The child that Chang Zai-King gave birth to could be brought up with brocade and jaded food for the entire life, but in retrospect, Huaisheng in the future would not have anything, since the land deed for him to marry a wife was also sold. Many years later, the two children who both crawled out of Chang Zai-King's stomach would be so far apart, like dirt and clouds. One was most afraid of comparison, thus Tian Li's heart was irreconcilable. Shen Miao smiled gently. Not only that, third Shen master even divorced his wife for Chang Zai-King and went to court with his wife. One thinks that he truly loved Chang Zai-King. Now the former third Shen Furen has become a street rat that is scolded by everyone. She is rather pitiful, Tian Li sneered. This third Shen master is also one without a brain. Towards Shen Wan, Tian King had no good feeling, as he hated that his wife was shared with others, and moreover as a poor person, one would always be hostile to the rich, especially so since Chang Zai-King would often express her direction to head towards the wealthy. Therefore Tian Li was very resentful of Shen Wan. "To be honest with each other, third Shen Furen entrusted this to me," Shen Miao said. Third Shen Furen was forced by third Shen master and currently felt that she had no way out. Third Shen Furen planned to make it so that either the fish dies or the net splits, and to make third Shen master and Chang Zai-King not live well. Thus she found you. Tian Li looked at Shen Miao and gradually realized what she was going towards and said, "Your noble one meant, at the most appropriate timing, clarify to third Shen master that Chang Zai-King is your wife. Let third Shen master stop this mistake as early as possible." Tian Li said. Shen Miao did not give Tian Li time to hesitate and said, Could it be that you are willing to watch your own wife growing old with others? Your feeling for her has not ended and you want to give her a route to live? She however did not even consider you for one little bit. If she still had a conscience in her heart, do not mention yourself. She would be reluctant to part with Huaisheng. But in actual fact, she even left with the last land deed that was for Huaisheng's future. Chang Zai King's heart only had herself and had never put you both father and son in it. To even requite evil with good, Tian Li, could it be that your Tian family are all disciples of Buddha and all do not discriminate right and wrong? These remarks were really impolite that even Zi Jingxing, who was listening at the side, also lifted his lips and looked at Shen Miao meaningfully. Tian Li's face turned red upon listening, but he did not dare to refute Shen Miao's words. The most important thing is that on what basis does Huaisheng have to live through such hardships while Chang Zai King's and Xin Wan's son could live freely? If there was one day that Huaisheng encountered this younger brother of a different father but the same mother, the younger brother would be a person above others, whereas Huaisheng could only serve him like a subordinate. Chang Zai King would only acknowledge the younger brother and not acknowledge him. So what would Huaisheng think? Tian Li, just think carefully if you are truly reconciled to this. Shen Miao's words always had a faint enchantment that would make others unconsciously follow her words to think. Moreover, what she said was obviously what Tian Li was most concerned of. No matter how bad Tian Li was, even if he treated Huaisheng crudely, he had more conscience than Chang Zai King. Otherwise, even though he was a gambler, he still kept the last land deed for Huaisheng to marry a wife. Tian Li said, "Noble person, I understood. I am unreconciled, but she is after all Huaisheng's mother. I only want her to come back. And if she was beaten to death by others, Huaisheng would be upset. Just do not let Huaisheng know of the matter." Shen Miao said, "After the matter is successful, Third Shen Furen will give you father and son a large sum of money. This amount would be much more than the value of the land deed you had before. With this sum of money, both of you can go as far as you want, to a place where no one knows of you and start anew. In this world, there are two things that cannot be detained. One is water that was splashed and the other is people who leave. Chang Zai King took the initiative to walk out of your lives and is now living in brocade and jaded food, so how would you be able to get her back? With your sincere heart or the mother and son care for Huaisheng? Do you think it is possible?" Tian Li closed his eyes in pain. Shen Miao said correctly. Chang Zai King was living so well and one could not think of any reason to go back to the previous lifestyle. If she really thought of him and Huaisheng, she would not have sold the land deed and run away. The female wearing a mask stood in front and said calmly, "One looked out for oneself, else heavens and earth would destroy you." It was her who was heartless first, so why do you still speak of righteousness? Now that there is an opportunity for you to change your life, if you miss this one, there would not be a second time. Even if it is to step on Chang Zai King's life to walk forward, you are not wrong, because this is what Chang Zai King owes to both father and son. Will you do it or not? Following Shen Miao's words, a lot of things flashed in front of Tian Li. Chang Zai King's looks of disgust and disdainful eyes, the pointing and talks about him by the neighbors after she ran away, Huaisheng always sitting alone in a corner thinking of what he did not know, and also thinking that they could only wear worn-out clothes. If there was a day that he could change his life and could be like those wealthy and noble family and give a good life for Huaisheng, Tian Li lifted his head and made a choice with determination. "I will agree and do as you have instructed, but you must give me enough money so that both father and son are able to leave this place without worrying of clothes or food." Shen Miao's eyebrows raised. Sometimes rumors could not be trusted. It is said that Tian Li was a scoundrel, but she did not expect that it would be this easy today. Tian Li was not difficult to deal with. Perhaps it was because of Huaisheng. Even though this man did not have a good disposition, he still had a conscience. "The money will be given to you." The person speaking was Zi Jingxing. He stood in the shadows as he leaned against the door and said lazily, "Do not think of any other thoughts otherwise." Tian Li shook his head fiercely and lowered his head quickly before speaking fearfully, "This lowly one dare not." He did not know why, but facing this male would make him feel an unspeakable fear. From the beginning till now, the one speaking was the female wearing a mask, but the purple-clad males aura filled up the small house. Shen Miao took a glance at Xi Jingxing. Xi Jingxing really did a good job. To scare a person, he need to even say anything serious and just show the look that Xi Jingxing usually put on. The other person would be paralyzed. After Xi Jingxing and Shen Miao left the room, Huaisheng came over and looked at Shen Miao before timidly asked, "Can you all find mother?" Shen Miao looked at Huaisheng and her brows became collected. "Sleep early." Then she walked out first. Her steps were rather rapid. Xi Jingxing followed, and after walking out from the alley in the eastern part of the city, they reached the streets outside. Xi Jingxing took a glimpse of Shen Miao's expression. "You felt apologetic towards that child." "Apologetic, but one will continue to do it," Shen Miao said. "I am also a selfish person." Xi Jingxing raised his brows. "Why say that?" "Accompanying me in the middle of the night and helping me to threaten Tian Li. You are a disciple of Buddha. Else how could one be this kind?" Xi Jingxing chuckled. "You do not seem to appreciate it." Shen Miao's lips slowly raised. The relationship with Xi Jingxing had gradually changed, and there was no need to oppose one another with equal harshness, as the other person was very clear and broad-leveled. It was like many things were not completed by one person, and it was much relaxing. Just like at this moment, walking in an empty street on a snowy night, it was just like taking a stroll. She was like that Empress Shen in her bones, but there seemed to be something else that was not there before. "Is my help required for Chang Zai King's matter?" Xi Jingxing said lazily. "If you ask me, I can think about it. That matter does not need your Highness Prince Ruai to bother." Shen Miao smiled. "There will be no complication regarding that matter. You have a plan ready?" Xi Jingxing gave her a look and said with a half-smile, "Sometimes one wants to know when will there be a difficult situation in the world that you are unable to resolve, so that you can perhaps ask me." "Most likely there will not be such a matter," Shen Miao replied. "That is a regretful." Xi Jingxing's words contained some pity. Shen Miao laughed. There was always something new happening in the Ding capital, and the new fresh happenings of the day would quickly cover the things of the days past. Just like the lawsuit between the Shen and Chen families, everyone took it as watching a joke and promptly forgot about it after seeing it. As for the Shen residents, it was the same. The servants still did things that they should. The only difference was that Caillou Shuiyuan has changed to a new mistress. The new mistress was able to gain Shen Wan's favor, seemingly catching up to that year third Shen Furen married in. Comparing Chang Zai King and Chen Rikayu, she was more able to manage the relationships with the people around. Most likely it was because she did not have the arrogance and aloofness that Chen Rikayu had, and since she was frank, it made others feel comfortable. Not only did Shen Wan liked her, even Shen Gui and old Shen Furen also felt that she was good and felt that it was a wise choice to let Shen Wan divorce Chen Rikayu. Shen Wan treated Chang Zai King very well, and old Shen Furen even specially found a senior monk to take a look, and he said that Chang Zai King was carrying boy. At the end, old Shen Furen did not fuss about Chang Zai King's background at all. The Shen residence's most urgent task was to gain a male descendant as soon as possible, else others would look at laugh that the Shen residence was unable to pass down its lineage. Shen Wan was always smiling. Chang Zai King not only advised him on tactics, but everything in the residence was arranged properly, seemingly very skilled, making him even happier and relaxed. To be able to do poetry and calligraphy, manage the household and help in one's career, most likely no man would not like it. On this day, Chang Zai King and Shen Wan were chatting in the courtyard. Chang Zai King had a thick fur coat around her, a brazier next to her feet and a hand warmer in her hands. Because Shen Wan feared that she would catch a cold, he had instructed the maids around her to serve her well. Chang Zai King said, "Master is a little free today." Shen Wan took her hands and placed them in his and smiled. "Not only today. These days there is nothing in court, thus one can accompany you and the child more." "This is really good." Chang Zai King smiled. the child can get closer to father. These words made Shen Wan feel good and he hugged Chang Ziqing and sighed, currently what my heart hopes for is nothing but for you to give birth to the child, then it would be worth what I have done. Chang Ziqing became aware of it and saw that Shen Wan's heart was not smooth, thus asked, "Is master still troubled by the matter of 5th Shen young lady from a few days before, be it letting Shen Miao marry Prince Zhu or to let Shen Miao have some relations with Prince Zhu, no matter which one?" He was unable to create any wind at all. Even though Chang Ziqing did not know why Shen Wan needed to do so much, she knew that the matter must be related to Shen Wan's career. Shen Wan shook his head and laughed bitterly. These days Shen Xin watches over Shen Miao very well and Shen Miao does not even leave the residence, so it is impossible to find an opportunity. Such flawless barrel, where can one start? As he spoke, he became listless. This cannot continue like this. Chang Ziqing's eyes turned and she smiled. What's so difficult about this? If 5th Shen young lady does not leave the house, then just let 5th Shen young lady take the initiative to go out. Speaking of which, when 5th Shen young lady leaves, General Shen will know and inevitably let her bring a squad of guards. With General Shen's background, the people around would definitely be highly skilled, thus if one really takes action, it must be successful on the first try. It is better to let 5th Shen young lady leave the residence herself secretly, thus not letting General Shen discover. Like this, it would be much easier. Shen Wan's gaze flickered and he thought for a moment before shaking his head. Shen Miao does not have any secret in her normal life, so it is difficult to coax her out. Before, Shen Miao was in good relations with a young lady by the name of Feng Anning, but these days she also obediently stayed in the Feng residence, and if one were to get Shen Miao out by using Feng Anning's name again, Shen Miao would definitely be alert. A young girl, no matter how calm one is normally, will always be timid and one's heart will always be troubled. Chang Ziqing smiled softly. Why not master try to walk from the side? For example, use 5th Shen young lady's parents or older brother as bait, saying that they are in danger or something. Once her heart is in panic, no matter how calm 5th Shen young lady is usually, one would think that she would lose her mind when it concerns her blood family. Master may wish to take advantage of this opportunity. When Shen Wan heard it, he first thought it carefully before grabbing Chang Ziqing's hands tightly. Even though there are some loopholes, it is still a good idea. After adding more details, perhaps one can use it. He looked at Chang Ziqing with some excitement and appreciation filled his gaze. You always surprise me. Chang Ziqing lowered her head slightly and smiled. Master really know how to joke. Now that one has followed master, one would do one's best to help master. Even though the matter is not upright and above board, Ziqing also know that there are no fathers and sons in court, so Ziqing will put master first. Actually, with regards to scheming against Shen Miao, it was considered a malicious scheme if one were to speak about it. Even though currently Shen Wan was very appreciative of this marvelous tactic that Chang Ziqing had thought up, but in the future if he thought about it, he might find that Chang Ziqing had a vicious heart. Chang Ziqing said it out first with the rationale of there were no fathers and sons in court, and afterwards kept on mentioning putting Shen Wan first, and not only would this make Shen Wan feel good, he would also appreciate Chang Ziqing even more and find that she is open-minded. He would surely think that she is indeed a rare talented female who did not think of herself one bit. Thus Shen Wan looked deeply towards Chang Ziqing. With such a beauty, what other wishes does this husband have? Chang Ziqing said docilely. Encountering master is Ziqing's blessing. The good treatment that master showed to Ziqing dare not forget. The more she lowered herself and made herself insignificant, the more Shen Wan would dote on her, but he did not see a glimpse of pride that flashed in Chang Ziqing's eyes. In Chang Ziqing's eyes, men and feelings are all nothing but smoke and clouds that passed one's eyes. Only when one really experienced poverty, one would really know how valuable wealth was. She must firmly grasp on to Shen Wan, but it was not because of Shen Wan, the person. but the lifestyle of not needed to worry about clothes and food that Shen Wan could give to her. Chang Ziqing was different from Chen Rikaiyu. Chen Rikaiyu loved Shen Wan in her heart, thus Chen Rikaiyu would lose her sanity because of Shen Wan's actions. Chang Ziqing loved the Shen residence's wealth and the position of an official's wife, thus she was clear-headed and understood what needs to be done. Just like Shen Wan, this kind of man, Chen Rikaiyu, a clever and skilled female, would at the end fall into such a state. Chang Ziqing understood in her heart that just with poetry, songs and romance would not be enough to grasp this man's heart. She had to demonstrate her talents and let Shen Wan feel that she was useful to him, then Shen Wan would not abandon her. Chang Ziqing did very well. Shen Wan accompanied Chang Ziqing for quite a while before leaving, as he still had some official duties to deal with. After carefully instructing Chang Ziqing's servants, he then left with his servants. After returning to his study, the personal servant went up to him and handed him a letter. "Master, the people at the door said that someone brought a letter and specifically mentioned to pass it to Master, but one do not know who sent it." Shen Wan took the letter and saw that the top of the envelope was empty. It was obvious that one feared that it would be noticed by others. Officials of the court like them would occasionally have confidential documents, thus Shen Wan dare not hold it up and quickly open the letter. After opening up the letter, the first line of it left Shen Wan stunned on the spot. That line was, "Third Shen Master, do you know that your favored Guiki is a worn shoe?" Shen Wan almost could not steady himself. He held onto the table and collected himself before quickly reading the letter. The letter was written simply, but the content of the letter was not at all simple. In it mentioned that Chang Ziqing was already married to someone in Liu province and even had a son. Now she had entered the Shen residence and became Shen Wan's Guiki. The most important thing currently was that Chang Ziqing had not separated from her original husband. If this was true, then it could be said that Shen Wan had snatched others' wife and could be sued in court. Initially Shen Wan did not believe it and looked disdainfully at this letter. He even wondered if this was an evidence of Chen Rikaiyu's provocation. However, when he read the last line of the letter, he became stunned and went blank on the spot. At Chang Ziqing's private area, there is a small red birthmark. This was indeed a fact.